we think about traditional Islamic art, many of us think about stunningly intricate mosaic tiling, it's like on the ceiling. Or we think about majestic calligraphy found in illuminating manuscripts, or architectural marvels and mosques that have inspired people for generations from all backgrounds and faiths. We also might think about, when we think about Islamic art now, is a new generation of creative Muslims from around the world who are exploring different types of expression, from graffiti, calligraphy, fashion, digital apps and games, virtual experiences and beyond. So we're experiencing this flourish of creativity in every pocket of the community, from Istanbul to Indonesia.
The panel, with esteemed practitioners and eminent scholars, looked at the revival of Islamic art from several perspectives, starting with unconventional applications.
The first is a recent discovery of what's called auxetic materials. Normally, when you pull something, it gets longer and thinner. But with auxetic materials, when you pull it, it expands in two directions.
Wow.
And it has profound applications in medical technology and sports applications. And the pattern itself is derived from Seljuk geometric patterns from medieval Islamic architecture.
To save 90% of the water that we are using in wudu, because we're using so much water 5 times a day. So it's very important. When I say, is this, for example, tap look Islamic? Maybe, I don't know, the question, but definitely is created for a Muslim practice people, for praying, and it's good enough for even sharing it with the rest of the world as an invention.
Beautiful.
So, thank you.
Beautiful, that's great, yeah. Wow. Stunning work, absolutely beautiful. Just fantastic work. What an honor that you're here.
The philosophy of my art creation is I try to combine or infuse the two cultures, Islamic culture and the profound Chinese culture. And my art work are inspired by Muslim faith, but also incorporate the traditional Chinese characters and beautiful ethics. That's the idea of my art creation.
Okay, 谢谢大家.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Next up, traditional elements of Islamic art and design with a contemporary interpretation.
This is in Riyadh, also a very new building. Also looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I think what I like about this is that it uses, I can recognize the geometric patterns that they've used, and they've scaled it up enormously, so you only see little detail, but nevertheless, even with the detail behind the glass, and then 2 or 3 layers of the same pattern in different colors on the minaret, it's really effective, and I think it makes a very clear visual connection to the past.
From the language of the architecture that looks like the Jabal al-Nur mountain, and it's like carved, even the tectonics, like a cave. But then you have this beautiful rings of lights which are highlighted by the Quranic text and Quranic words.
Finally, a look at the role of art in creating a positive narrative for Islam.
So how do you think Islamic art and design can make a more positive narrative? And I think you're a great example to share your experience. Just very briefly.
很古老的手抄本古兰经.
From my experience, as I tour around the world, I found the museums and art collectors across the world, they did not show negativity or negative impression about Islamic art or Arabic calligraphy. In fact, many people do like Arabic calligraphy.
As a Muslim, you say that I've been created for 2 purposes. Worship Allah, that's the first. And the second, i'mar al-ard, which is building or contributing to the built environment of the earth. And all of the science, architecture, art, and so forth.
Wow. Okay, who's feeling like incredibly inspired right now with all these 4 creatives? I'm happy there's a lot of suits and ties from the finance world also thinking about a career change right now. So, but we need each other. That was amazing. What an amazing group of guests.